Now in Good Morning Northwest, Washington already has some of the nation's toughest gun laws. They could get even stricter. Supporters say it'll save lives. Critics call it unconstitutional. What it could mean for Washington gun owners.
And we are tracking gusty winds that will impact your day, where we will see the most windy weather coming up in your first alert forecast.
And breaking this morning, China tells its airlines to cut ties with U.S. companies and stop buying Boeing jets. How the trade war escalation is already impacting American businesses. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, April 16th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and your first alert forecast. It's not windy yet.
It's not windy yet, but it is going to be windy later, especially in the afternoon. Winds will gradually increase throughout the morning as some cool, dry air begins to move in out of the north. Around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we'll see gusts up to 30 miles an hour, so it is going to be noticeably windy later on today. There are, however, some other places where it will be much windier than that. And with some cooler air coming in, even though we'll see some sunshine and really it should be another beautiful day on the surface, we will be much cooler than yesterday, only with a high of around 60 degrees. And we will be on our way towards freezing temperatures as that cool air settles in for tonight. Now, it is not windy yet, as we mentioned, but we're going to be watching places like Omak there with those northerly winds already getting started, and a wind advisory for wind gusts, get this, up to 50 miles an hour, maybe even a little bit more than that, all the way down to Ephrata. We'll talk a little bit more about the impacts you could see later today coming up.
Matt, thanks. A bill to change Washington's gun laws is soon heading to the governor's desk, where it'll either be signed into law or sent back to lawmakers.
House Bill 1163 changes how people in Washington can get a gun, requiring more steps than the state already has. And the state already enforces some of the strictest gun laws in the country, including background checks, waiting periods, and mandatory safety training. If Governor Bob Ferguson signs this bill into law, it would require more people to apply for permits and complete live fire training before they can purchase a firearm. Some claim this violates constitutional rights.
But if somebody has to get a permit, somebody's got to make the determination of, are you qualified? And how do you know that you're qualified? What's the procedure to get the training? Where are you going to get the training? It just gets really confusing.
Supporters of the bill argue it would prevent guns from reaching criminals and ensure safe handling and storage by buyers, potentially saving lives. They claim Washington has already implemented parts of a robust permitting system, which this bill would enhance. The trade war with China is escalating this morning as Beijing announces new restrictions on certain American-made products.
The economic uncertainty is fueling an unusual move from a major American airline carrier. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk. And Hannah, United says it'll begin to offer investors 2 profit outlooks. Can you tell us about those options?
Yeah, Robin, one option is if the U.S. were in a stable economy, and the other is if we slip into a recession. All of this comes as President Trump's trade war with China heats up. It's been reported that China is now telling its airlines to stop buying parts from U.S. companies, and it will no longer take any more Boeing jets. Now, that back and forth has been shaking up Wall Street, with the market sliding again yesterday.
This is man-made. This is policy-driven, and it's completely inconsistent. So how do you invest money and have a long-term strategy when the rules are changing almost daily?
To help with the trade war against the U.S., China named a new trade negotiator this morning, and President Trump is still standing by his tariffs plan, saying that it will pay off. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, thousands of families in Washington and Idaho could be out of options for childcare if the Trump administration eliminates Head Start. It could cut the early childhood education program by 2026, according to new reporting from USA Today. The executive director of Washington State Association of Head Start and ECAP says cutting the program would be a disaster for families here in the Inland Northwest.
Kids and families do better. Kids get what they need to be ready for school. Parents get what they need so they can go to work. And taxpayers actually save money. For every dollar invested in the Head Start program, taxpayers often will save $7 to $9 in a return.
Many Head Start programs aren't sure where their funding will come from since the Trump administration closed the regional Head Start office in Seattle earlier this month.
As people are worried about how the tariffs could impact their bank accounts, thrift stores say they've seen an increase in customers. Research from Capital One Shopping shows people who shop at thrift stores or secondhand shops can save up to $1,800 a year. The data also shows about a third of clothing and accessories bought in the U.S. last year were from these secondhand shops. If you're looking to find a thrift store in Spokane, there are lots of options. Here's just a couple: the Boulevard Mercantile, Collective Threads, or Do It with Soul. There's
so many more.
Gosh, Buffalo Exchange, Plato's Closet,
Yeah.
Global Thread. I mean, on and on and on.
The list goes on.
Good morning, Northwest. Time is now 6:05.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at our first alert forecast as we're taking a live look outside. The sun is up.
Yeah, it's our first day with the sunset before 6 a.m. Oh, look at that.
A burner.
Incredible. We'll talk about some of the windy weather that will come with your sunshine later today in a little bit.
Today is a very special day because 94 local veterans will be traveling to Washington, D.C. on an honor flight. We're sharing the stories of these vets coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
And a knife offense and a fatal decision. The police shooting of an Idaho 17-year-old has sparked outrage and grief. What happens next in this developing story right after the break?
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
At Finley Honda Spokane, we're more than just Spokane's Honda store, selling one of the top 5 rated brands.
We are your friends and neighbors,
which is why we have no gimmicks or add-ons.
What you see is what you get.
Like up to $1,000 off MSRP on a new CRV or up to $2,000 towards a 2025 Ridgeline.
So when you're ready to buy, make the smart move to Finley Honda Spokane for the hometown savings advantage. Finley Honda Spokane.
Over 43 years, Northwest Fence has been selling and installing the very best fences in the region. From high-end commercial to small residential projects, no fencing job is too big or too small, which is why we are proud of our 5-star Industry Leader Awards that reflect our hard work and dedication to every job. So this spring, if you need a new fence or possibly a beautiful automated security gate, give us a call for a free quote at Northwest Fence. Nobody builds them better.
Taylor, these deals are a slam dunk.
More like bracket breakers. New Kia K4 starting at only $199 a month. And K5 GT line all-wheel drive from just $299 a month.
If you're shopping for a car or SUV, put George Gee Kia at the top of your bracket.
George Gee Kia is family-owned, trusted, and we always make scoring deals easy.
Visit us off I-90 in Liberty Lake.
Or online anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
George Gee Kia, where the deals are always a win.
It's the Blue Compass RV Spring Blowout Sale. Pick your RV, pick your payment. Travel trailers from $97 a month. Fifth wheels from $273 a month. Motorhomes from $499 a month. Only at Blue Compass RV.
It is 6:09. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. About 100 mourners gathered yesterday at the funeral of a teenager killed by police in Pocatello.
17-year-old Victor Perez died Saturday. Earlier this month, police responded to the call of a man with a knife in Pocatello. Upon arrival, they found Perez in his backyard. The mentally disabled teen was separated from police by a chain link fence. They opened fire when he ignored the orders to drop the knife and approach the fence. It was captured on video by neighbors. The involved officers are on administrative leave while state officials investigate.
After months of Teslas being vandalized across western Washington, the FBI is releasing new details about what they need to solve the latest case out of Lacey. This is surveillance video of the man the FBI believes is responsible. It captured him walking with a distinct limp, carrying a white bag. The suspect may have burns and other injuries from the blast.
Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene was interrupted several times by protesters at her town hall in Georgia yesterday. Police forcibly removed several people from this event, arrested 3, and used stun guns in 2 instances. Greene displayed some critical constituent questions about the Trump administration on a projector during the town hall, reading them aloud, sometimes mocking the questions that she didn't like and calling the people who asked them, quote, brainwashed. About 80 people attended this town hall.
And meanwhile, nearly 30,000 people gathered in Folsom, California Tuesday for the Fighting Oligarchy Tour, spearheaded by Senator Bernie Sanders and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The rally is protesting the influence of billionaires on the U.S. government. Sanders targeted President Donald Trump and Elon Musk, saying the government should work for everyone. The rally also called out Republican Congressman Kevin Kiley, who represents Folsom.
Forecast here in 10 seconds. Windy and dry today. We will see, because of that, as we get into the afternoon, probably the most fire danger we have seen since the summer. No burning for the next couple of days.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:11.
New sports fields could come to Spokane. Some of them would be open year-round. Voters will have the final say. Coming up a little later, the benefits and the cost.
And a special group is gathered right now at the Spokane International Airport. We have Allison Martinez live with them as they're about to set off on a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Her live report with Honor Flight is next on Good Morning Northwest.
When you get injured in a car accident, you're going to have to fight with a big insurance company
who make huge profits by paying out small settlements.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
This coming Easter Sunday, all 3 Cal locations will be closed. As our team celebrates the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, we encourage each of you to join an Easter service, spend time with loved ones, and give thanks for all the blessings we have.
This year, Walker's Furniture is turning spring cleaning into spring savings with an indoor garage sale where you can save store-wide up to 70% off clearance items. And new markdowns are arriving daily as we clean out the warehouses with big savings on closeouts, ding and dents, and floor model furniture at garage sale prices. Plus, special financing is available, so you can save big now and pay over time. But hurry up, this is your last chance for final markdowns.
This week at Walker's.
Local families caught in the child care crisis.
That's what we are defining as an extreme child care desert.
How kids could fall behind before they even start school and what's being done to keep them on track. Thursday at 6 on 4 News Now.
So you've been thinking about upgrading your air conditioner for a while now. But with tariffs right around the corner, that waiting could cost you big time. Fortunately, Bill's Heating and AC planned ahead and stocked our warehouse full of pre-tariff air conditioners. Same comfort, same quality, without the coming price hike. But this equipment won't last long, so don't wait until prices go up. Take advantage of pre-tariff pricing and our lowest price guarantee. Call Bill's Heating and AC today and lock in comfort before comfort costs more.
Just look at those beautiful plants and flowers from the Plant Farm. The Plant Farm is Spokane's go-to garden center. A promise of trust and confidence comes with the healthiest plants from the Plant Farm because their plants and flowers are grown right here. Get annuals, perennials, roses, trees, shrubs, and their signature hanging baskets and more, even indoor plants. Head to the Plant Farm, Spokane's go-to garden center on 4th between Evergreen and Adams in the Spokane Valley because life is better in the garden.
It's all about the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family. We don't know how to handle certain situations, and hospice can come in and train us.
Takes a special person.
Yeah, I said, you are amazing at what you do. And she said, this is a calling, and I love what I do.
When you get injured in a car accident, you're going to have to fight with a big insurance company
who make huge profits by paying out small settlements.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Good morning and welcome back. It's 6:14. We are hearing the first public statements from a Connecticut man who says he was held captive by his stepmother in their home for 20 years. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the story.
The 32-year-old man, allegedly held captive by a stepmother in his bedroom in this Connecticut house, is speaking out for the first time. In a statement, he refers to himself as S, saying, "I'm a survivor of more than 20 years of captivity and domestic abuse. I am speaking out today to begin the process of reclaiming my life and to have my say in how my story is told."
One victim right here.
Officials back in February responded to a house fire and found the man emaciated. At 5'9", he weighed only 68 pounds.
This is the worst treatment of humanity that I've ever witnessed.
S claims he was held prisoner since he was taken out of school at age 11, saying he purposely set the fire that helped set me free. His stepmother, Kimberly Sullivan, is accused of locking him in the bedroom with little food and water. But her lawyer says police have it all wrong.
He was not locked in a room. She did not restrain him in any way. She provided food. She provided shelter. She is blown away by these allegations.
S says he is now much stronger than the day he was rescued, adding, "I am beyond grateful for the care I've received. I appreciated the chance to have my first ever birthday party to celebrate turning 32.
He is now getting physical therapy for his legs. His stepmother has pleaded not guilty to assault and kidnapping charges. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Well, today is a very special day for 94 local veterans. Inland Northwest Honor Flight is transporting war vets from around the Inland Northwest to Washington, D.C.
While they're there, the veterans will have the opportunity to visit memorials dedicated to their service and sacrifices. Allison Martinez is live at Spokane International Airport for a look at the send-off.
Good morning to you. I can't tell you guys enough just how incredible it is being in this room and hearing these stories. I have two very special guests joining me this morning. We've got Gary and Debbie this morning. Thank you both so much for being with us. And I understand that you both have served. Do you mind just telling me when you served?
I served in the Army from 1966 to 1970.
And I was in the Navy from 1994 to 1999.
Well, thank you both so much for your service. Such an honor to meet both of you. And it's a very special day here. You can feel it just in the room. How are you feeling ahead of this flight?
Very nervous right now. Very nervous. And very proud to be with all these guys and ladies.
Yeah. When you think of the next hours and everything you are going to see and witness, is there something that sticks out to you as, hits home or is especially special to you?
It's just going on the flight and being with all the veterans and stuff. And 15 to 20 of us have breakfast every Monday morning in the Spokane Valley. And some of them are here going.
How incredible, and what an amazing experience that you get to share together as family. How are you feeling ahead of this?
Super excited. I'm really glad I get to do this with him. It's an honor.
Absolutely, and you both are local to Spokane Valley. You said born and raised here, which is just so amazing. Well, thank you both so much for joining us.
Can I do a shout out for my high school?
Absolutely.
Rogers High School, 1964.
Amazing. Rogers High School class of 1964. Amazing. Did you go to high school here as well?
University High School class of 94.
Incredible. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys. You mentioned there's a group of 20 of you that meet for breakfast every morning. How special it is to have, that sense of community, that companionship here.
Right. It's just, it's really interesting because you have all the different service, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and a few arguments break out every morning.
Well, thank you both so much for joining us. We'll be thinking of you and wishing you a safe and easy flight and just an incredible couple of hours. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Yeah, a few arguments, but they're all of one, wonderful brotherhood, sisterhood.
Love it. Love to see it. So many great stories this morning. And speaking of great things.
Wow, is this sunrise something?
That is
gorgeous.
That is a special sunrise here this morning. We've been getting some good ones lately. That high cloud cover, it always kind of enhances the colors, separates them light, makes things really exceptional as the sun's coming up and when the sun's going down too. But we get up too early to see the sunset most of the time, especially this time of the year. 44 right now in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and we are going to see some sun, at least to start the day, partly cloudy later on. It is going to be windy as we head through the afternoon, and there are some impacts you need to know about, especially in the Columbia Basin, where we're going to be talking about some areas of blowing dust, particularly in Grant County, some low visibility we're watching for. The big thing is going to be that with low humidities today and these strong winds, we're talking about fire danger, especially, once again, right down the center of Washington State. We'll also see some choppy lakes and rivers as well. So if you've been out on the water early this season, something to keep in mind here. It's going to be a little rough out there. So we're talking from Oroville south across the Waterville Plateau into places like Soap Lake, Ephrata, and Moses Lake. We're talking about some strong winds around the Grand Coulee as well of 40, 50, 55 even mile-an-hour wind gusts, and combine that with very low humidities at fire danger. It is about as high, according to this data from the USDA, about as high as it ever gets here for this point in the spring season. So places like Omak, Ephrata, and even for Spokane, it is well above our average here for the spring season. So the big thing, let's not make this dramatic today, no burning, and let's keep everybody safe and have a nice windy spring day. As nice as we can, at least. Temperatures for today, right around 60 degrees, some upper 50s up north, some mid 60s and upper 60s in the basin. We will see temperatures right around freezing tonight. So it is going to be a little chilly once again for the next couple of nights. We'll see a slight warm up before a chance of showers by the end of Easter and into Monday. So things getting a little unsettled in the longer pattern, something we'll be watching after we get past these winds today.
I'm still waiting on the go-ahead to bring my plants outside, Matt.
I know. We're all itching because of how nice the weather's been.
Matt's my plant guy. He's letting me know. Can't kill him yet.
I shouldn't be your plant guy, but I'm happy that you're giving my advice.
Thanks, Matt. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:21.
The Seattle Mariners have been on a bit of a hot streak, so could they keep it going against the Cincinnati Reds on Jackie Robinson Day? We'll have the highlights next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Are you looking for a great place to get a great workout and crush those New Year's resolution goals? Let's go! Join now and strive to thrive in 2025 at Move Fitness. Join the movement.
It's Mississauga Casino Hotel's 31st anniversary. We're celebrating by giving you the chance to win over $62,000 in cash and prizes, including adventures on a pontoon, on a flight to your favorite getaway, or your choice of a new car or cash. Play your favorite games now to earn entries at Mississauga Casino Hotel. 31 years of jackpots, food, and fun. Learn more at Mississauga.com.
Local families caught in the child care crisis.
That's what we are defining as an extreme child care desert.
How kids could fall behind before they even start school and what's being done to keep them on track. Thursday at 6 on 4 News Now.
Really painful feet. I had no idea what was going on. It's hard to put in words how gratifying it is to have that kind of pain gone.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP, and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up for a one-day Coats for Kids closet cleanout.
Gather up your gently used winter jackets and donate them Thursday, April 17th. Go to KXLY.com for a list of STCU locations.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. Seattle Mariners rattled off 4 straight wins this past week, their best stretch of the season, culminating in a sweep of the Texas Rangers. And now they head to Cincinnati to take on the Reds, who also just earned a 3-game sweep. Happy Jackie Robinson Day yesterday. Everybody with 42s on their back. Dylan Moore put the Mariners on his own back with this slam to left. One batter down with the leadoff. Seattle a 1-0 lead over the Reds. In the second, Ben Williamson gets his first major league hit trickling into left. Big Ben gets a single. Family all loving it too. And Moore is right back. He delivers again. Seattle a 2-0 lead off of this whiff. Reds come back to tie it, but Dylan Moore will have none of that. A rocket over to the river. Moore goes yard again to drive home his 4th RBI. It's a 4-2 game. Seattle back in front, but Cincy is stingy. The former Baltimore Oriole Austin Hayes helps complete the Reds' second comeback. They lead 6-4 after this blast straight to center in the final. Would not be kind either. The M's fall 8-4 to drop game 1 of the series, as well as their win streak. But you can catch us dayside at 5, 6, and 11 for highlights of game 2 of the series, as well as game 3 of the Spokane Chiefs series up against the Victoria Royals.
Come on, Chiefs, get it together.
Exactly.
You do this. It's now 6:25.
Speeders beware. Washington State is putting the brakes on habitual offenders with a new bill that would force some drivers to install devices limiting their speed. Who would be affected? That's coming up.
Plus, a constitutional showdown intensifies this morning between the White House and the Supreme Court. Hannah Joy is tracking the latest developments in the battle over a Maryland man mistakenly deported to El Salvador's notorious prison and the effort to bring him home. As we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, never-before-seen surveillance video obtained by ABC News showing the moment a woman snuck through airport security. Watch as Svetlana Dali boards Delta Flight 264 from JFK to Paris November 26th, blending with the crowd and never handing over a boarding pass. That's because she didn't have one. The gate attendants are seen here helping other passengers as Dali passes by. Federal prosecutors say Delta agents who were busy helping ticketed passengers board did not stop her or ask her to present a boarding pass before she boarded the plane.
I think she had her game plan, and it just worked that her game plan really worked.
By the time the flight crew realized Dali did not have a seat, the plane was on its way to France, and Dali flew as a stowaway. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll tell you just how she was able to get through and what happened when authorities stepped in. With your GMA First Look, I'm Aaron Katersky, ABC News, New York.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can stir a sense of wonder, can make a ride go smoothly, and make a smile stretch ear to ear. Dupixent can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clearer skin and noticeably less itch. When a touch is all in good fun, Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's eczema specialist today.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Are you looking for a great place to get a great workout and crush those New Year's resolution goals? Let's go! Join now and strive to thrive in 2025 at Move Fitness. Join the movement.
Looks like we made it. Barry Manilow. The last Spokane concert. Barry Manilow. See him performing all the hits for one night only at Spokane Arena Friday, July 11th. Get tickets now at ticketswest.com.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Taylor, these deals are a slam dunk.
More like bracket breakers. New Kia K4 starting at only $199 a month. And K5 GT line all-wheel drive from just $299 a month.
George Gee Kia, where the deals are always a win.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker is following the stories people are reading about online this morning.
Yeah, this month marks the 15th anniversary of the Deepwater Horizon disaster, one of the most catastrophic environmental incidents in history. On April 20th, 2010, an explosion on BP's oil rig claimed 11 lives and triggered a devastating oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. For nearly 3 months, 200 million gallons of crude oil spilled into the ocean, wreaking havoc on hundreds of miles of coastline and thousands of animals. The Deepwater Horizon disaster led to the firing of then CEO Tony Hayward, BP pleading guilty to multiple charges and substantial restructuring within the company.
A toddler in Arizona spent the night lost in the wilderness. He was finally found safe with the help of a dog. Authorities say 2-year-old Bowden Allen left his home near Sedona around 5 o'clock on Monday night while his dad was working on the house and his mom was changing the other baby's diaper. After a 16-hour search, a rancher says his dog named Buford spotted a boy walking on his property. Deputies say the overnight journey took Bowden 7 miles away from his home. He apparently spent the night sleeping under a tree before wandering onto the rancher's property. Thankfully, he was not hurt.
Scared little guy.
Scared guy.
Scared family. And what a good puppy.
Good dog.
Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, April 16th. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at our first alert forecast. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. And you know, sometimes dogs look like they should have their names. That looks like a dog named Buford, if there ever was one. Right now, it is 44 degrees. We had a very mild night, but some blue skies in many areas of the inland Northwest to start the day. What we're going to be watching as temperatures rise is our winds will be going up here as well out of the northwest, gradually increasing as we get into lunchtime and then fairly strong as we head into the afternoon with cooler temperatures that we saw yesterday. So here's the afternoon. This is about 4 o'clock. Wind gusts could be as high as 30 miles an hour around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Could be in that 35 to 40 range from Pullman down into the LC Valley. But we have a wind advisory for the central part of Washington State where we could see gusts in the 50s from Omak down across the Waterville Plateau and into places like Cooley City and Ephrata as we start off our afternoon. So it is going to be very gusty. We likely see some blowing dust in sometimes around those areas. And because it's bringing in cool, dry air, our fire danger has really ramped up today. No burning today, folks, because with this fire weather index for the U.S. Forest Service, you can see here it's at the top of the charts for this time of the year. So let's be safe out there. We'll take a little closer look at how the day is going to go coming up.
Matt, thanks. We have breaking news out of Moses Lake this morning. For the second straight day, staffing shortages mean some students won't have a bus to and from school today. According to the Moses Lake School District, Route 51 is canceled today, which means some students from both Endeavor Middle School and Lincoln Heights Elementary will have to find alternative transportation to school. On yesterday, Moses Lake canceled 2 different bus routes.
This morning, the deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia from Maryland to an El Salvador prison is now a flashpoint as the battle between the federal courts and the Trump administration ramps up.
The judge is now considering contempt proceedings. Hannah Joyce is at the Breaking Now desk for us. And Hannah, what is the judge saying about the Trump administration?
Natalie, the judge says the Trump administration has not followed court orders to bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia back home. But Justice Department lawyers are pushing back, saying they're ready to help if he shows up at U.S. port of entry. However, the president of El Salvador is standing firm, saying Garcia will not be released from prison. Back in the U.S., the judge is now turning up the heat, ordering immigration and State Department officials to sit for depositions and turn over documents by the end of the month. Now, the goal is to figure out what the government has done to bring back Garcia, if anything. Meanwhile, the White House is still claiming that he is a gang member, despite a judge ruling that he is not. Now, outside of court, Garcia's wife is pleading for his return.
Our children are asking, when would you come home? And I pray for the day I tell them the time and date that you'll return.
But the White House says he'll never come back.
There is never going to be a world in which this is an individual who's going to live a peaceful life in Maryland.
Today, a Maryland senator is traveling to El Salvador to meet directly with officials there and press for Garcia's release. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
In Olympia, habitual speeders face a speed bump. The Washington State Senate passed a bill that aims to slow them down. This bill would require certain drivers to install a device in their car that limits them from exceeding the speed limit. Drivers considered for this device would be those whose license is suspended for reckless driving or excessive speeding, or if they have a court order. Senator John Lovick of Mill Creek, a former state trooper, spoke in support of the bill.
It is also a reminder to the drivers that their dangerous driving behavior and hopefully will serve as a tool for lasting behavior change. I encourage a yes vote. This is a good piece of legislation, and I'm very, very pleased to have the opportunity to vote yes on it.
The bill passed the Senate in a 40-8 vote. The 8 votes against were all Republicans, who brought up concerns about how this device could affect drivers experiencing emergencies.
There could be an instance where you have to speed, a medical emergency where something has happened. Maybe your wife's having a baby and you're exceeding the speed limit, and then you get caught like that.
The bill now heads to the House before hitting the governor's desk.
In Idaho news this morning, Governor Brad Little signed a bill into law banning Idaho families who use the SNAP Food Assistance Program from buying candy and soda with their food stamps. Governor Little says this puts the state more in line with the federal movement to make America healthy again. This law requires the state to get a federal waiver from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to make changes to its SNAP program, but Little says the administration will secure the waiver as soon as possible. The ban could take effect as soon as July 1st. Arkansas became the first state to submit a waiver, and yesterday, Indiana joins Idaho in their quest for a federal waiver.
Amid sweeping immigration changes by the Trump administration, the community building on Main Street in downtown Spokane posted signs saying ICE and Homeland Security are not permitted to enter. The community building is a hub for diverse nonprofits and local businesses. An official said they posted these signs after they heard about ICE raids and wanted to make sure all of their partners felt welcome. The bottom of the sign says that federal agents are not allowed on the property without a judicial warrant. The community building does have the right to deny them access without a warrant.
We wanted to make sure that the people that come to the community building feel like we can exercise our rights as much as we can to protect them.
A few tenants inside the building told 4 News Now they are also in support of those signs.
The spokesman reviews newspapers' fourth-generation owners plan to donate the organization to a local nonprofit to keep it surviving. It reports that the Coles family will transfer ownership along with a $2 million grant to the nonprofit called the Comma Community Journalism Lab, which was founded by the paper's current executive editor. The spokesman says the paper will still print 6 days a week and publish online behind a paywall. That change could take place this summer. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:38.
Well, a nice calm morning this morning, but not so for later.
Yeah, with cool air rushing in and some temperature changes that'll be a little dramatic when you consider it was almost 70 degrees yesterday. There'll be a little bit of drama, especially across the central part of Washington State. We'll take a closer look coming up.
A Spokane nursery caring for drug-dependent babies faces a devastating budget cut. This morning, why Maddie's Place may be forced to close its doors and the vulnerable infants who would be left without care. That's next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
For over 90 years, the McVeigh Brothers family has been installing the very best in roofing, siding, and windows made for the Inland Northwest. Last year, our 6000 Series Coeur d'Alene windows earned the 2024 Energy Star Most Efficient Award, beating some manufacturers by 20%. So this week, we're celebrating by matching your energy rebate. Ask about our current rebate offers for each window sold. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
There's magic throughout the universe. And some places have more than others. There's magic inside, everywhere. There's no place like Wonders of the World. There's magic inside.
WSECU Cashback Checking. You give and give and give. Let's give you something back. Just use your debit card to earn. WSECU Cashback Checking. Let's credit union.
When you've been seriously injured, choosing the right legal team is the most important decision you'll make. Craig Swap & Associates is a top personal injury law firm for one reason: we win.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured, our team of winning attorneys is here for you. We'll review your case for free and start working immediately to win the compensation you deserve. Craig Swap & Associates, one call, that's all.
We have all your SUV options here at Post Falls Volkswagen. Choose the SUV with easy-to-use technology that best meets your needs and budget. There are so many choices, so take as many test drives as you want, and our knowledgeable staff will assist you with all the information you need.
Get the Tiguan with 0% APR or a $2,500 customer bonus. At Post Falls Volkswagen, it's easy to drive home your dream SUV.
Find SUV options at Post Falls Volkswagen. The home is 0000.
Welcome back. It's 6:41. A Spokane nonprofit for babies born drug dependent is at risk of closing its doors. Maddie's Place is a recovery nursery that treats infants exposed to substances in utero. This organization is the latest victim of Washington's state budget crisis as lawmakers consider cutting 2/3 of the nonprofit's funding.
We can't take care of babies that are born dependent on substances. $2 million is not even a rounding error in a $78 billion budget. It says something about our society.
We will tell you how Maddie's Place is preparing for this potential budget disaster tonight on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
Takeaways in your forecast. It is going to be windy and dry as we head into the afternoon, and that will mean it's some of the highest fire danger, rare spring fire danger, since we've had since the end of last summer. No burning today or tomorrow.
Well, if you're looking to get involved with helping your community, there's an opportunity with the Spokane County Search and Rescue Team. On Saturday, April 19th, Search and Rescue will host an information session for people interested in learning more about the organization or volunteering. This team is nonprofit, which operates under the Spokane County Sheriff's Office. It helps organize and manage search and rescue operations for missing people. The meeting takes place at 511 Tactical. That's at 4808 East Sprague from 10 a.m. until noon if you're interested.
Good morning, Northwest. Time is now 6:42.
This morning, more than 90 Inland Northwest vets are going to be boarding a plane to D.C. as a way to honor and thank them for their service. We have Allison Martinez live at the Spokane Airport.
We are just minutes away from this honor flight. You can hear those amazing vets getting ready as they start their voyage off to Washington, D.C. We're sharing the stories of these amazing vets coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
Insurance companies are big, and they know it. They'll delay payment and deny valid claims,
hoping you'll give up and take a low-ball offer.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Injured and getting big-timed by the insurance company?
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andy's offers a wide range of top quality air conditioning systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andy's team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can stay comfortable with Andy's hassle-free installation service. Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
The staff here is so friendly. It's the best in the Northwest.
It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
My car is a big investment for me, and so if I want it done right, I take it to Car Wash Plaza for the touchless wash.
Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
Let's read some reviews. 5 stars. My shopping experience was excellent. We think you're excellent, Deborah.
We would buy from them again. Highly recommended. Thanks, John, and we can't wait to see you again.
During Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale, enjoy the best shopping experience as well as low sale prices on fine home furnishings.
We also guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices, and we will beat any in the area.
Stop by today for 5-star shopping and great sale pricing during Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale.
4 News Now is brought to you by Brothers Flooring.
It's 7:15. Today is not just any travel day at Spokane International Airport. It is Honor Flight Day. Inland Northwest Honor Flight transports war veterans from around the Inland Northwest to Washington, D.C. These trips are free to them.
And while they're there, the veterans will have the opportunity to visit memorials all dedicated to their service and sacrifices. We have Allison Martinez, who's live this morning at the Spokane International Airport with a preview of the send-off. Allison, you've been talking to these amazing vets all morning. Looks like they're getting ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. Their flight officially takes off at 9 o'clock this morning. So right now behind me, you're seeing the send-off ceremony. And I have to tell you guys, I've been just so moved by the stories I've heard. I've just spoken to the most amazing people here, just the most tremendous human beings. Now, Inland Northwest Honor Flight transports veterans within Eastern Washington and North Idaho who served during the Honor Flight recognized periods of conflict. Now, Honor Flight offers these vets a chance to reflect and find closure. Many of these men and women, especially Vietnam veterans, never saw support or appreciation for their service, so Honor Flight gives them a chance to just do exactly that. A lot of them are here with their guardians who paid their own way here for this honor flight, and they get to share this experience with them. Now, there will be a public welcome back tomorrow at 7:30, so if you want to celebrate these vets and welcome them back to the Inland Northwest, you can be here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. at the Spokane International Airport. They'll be right here in the baggage claim area of the Alaska terminal. And I want to mention this because I just think it's so special. So this particular flight has one moment here, 85 Vietnam War veterans, 7 Korean War veterans, and 2 World War II veterans. So just so amazing here. It's been incredible being here, and you can be here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Wow, a special group of vets there.
Yeah, really awesome. And a beautiful sunrise to send them on to their journey.
And it will be a long journey, and certainly a busy couple of days. We certainly wish them all the best as they travel to D.C. and see all those memorials there in the Capitol. Right now, we're taking a look at OMAC this morning. We're getting ready for a windy day in Okanagan County, particularly right along the river here. A wind advisory continues through 8 p.m. That extends all the way down through the Mansfield area, right along the Grand Coulee and down into places like Quincy, Ephrata, and Soap Lake. So some spots that we got to look out for. Windy conditions and across Grant County. Likely going to see some blowing dust from agricultural work with those winds. Low visibility at times in some of the local roads. Fire danger is going up across the inland Northwest with these winds and the low humidities that we're expecting this afternoon. Almost summer-like low humidity. We'll also see choppy lakes and rivers. So maybe not the best day to do a little canoeing or kayaking. That's for sure. Here's some of those winds that we're expecting where they'll be the strongest from the Columbia Basin. From Ritzville to Moses Lake on I-90, you'll see some gusty winds. And then as you head north of Moses Lake to Ephrata, Coulee City, around the Coulee Dam, Nez Pelham, Omak, and all the way north to places like Oroville. We'll be looking for those winds gusting to as high as 50 miles an hour later today. We'll see not as windy conditions in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but still up to around 30 miles an hour. No burning today while we have this weather. We'll also have a chance for a couple of late afternoon and early evening showers around the Silver Valley and some parts of the North Idaho Panhandle, particularly on the east side of Lake Pend Oreille. Elsewhere, expecting dry conditions that'll end in a chilly night tonight in the upper 20s and low 30s. So it is going to be a chilly start. We'll take a look at the rest of your 7-day forecast, including Easter weekend, coming up here in a few minutes.
All right, Matt, thanks so much. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49.
Your morning sprint is coming up right after this break. We'll see you on the other side of it.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Rodeo at the Spokane Arena, May 16th and 17th.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
It's Mississauga Casino Hotel's 31st anniversary. We're celebrating by giving you the chance to win over $62,000 in cash and prizes, including adventures on a pontoon, on a flight to your favorite getaway, or your choice of a new car or cash. Play your favorite games now to earn entries at Mississauga Casino Hotel. 31 years of jackpots, food, and fun. Learn more at Mississauga.com.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to escape reality for a while? Shop downtown Coeur d'Alene and win a scenic weekend getaway. Swing by any participating business and enter to win an overnight stay at one of Coeur d'Alene's finest hotels. Plus, score an $800 shopping spree to incredible shops and eateries. Imagine yourself living it up lakeside with luxury shopping and dining just steps away. You're just one entry away from making it happen. Head over to cdadowntown.com for all the info. 2 winners, 2 dream weekends in the heart of CDA. Who's it going to be? Maybe you.
I just turned 37 and I found a lump. By the time that I had it checked out and was able to get in and see a doctor and all that, I was at stage 3. Part of the reason I think that I didn't go get it checked out right away is that I was really scared. When I got the call, it was gone. It was such a huge relief. Even if you don't feel that it's in you, that you have a lump or you have a reason to get checked, you are a woman, get checked.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your time is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday with the morning sprint.
Matt Gray is tracking a windy and cloudy day ahead.
Hannah Joy is in studio with details on how the trade war is already impacting American businesses.
But first, we have Allison Martinez live this morning at the Spokane International Airport as local veterans take off in today's honor flight.
That's right, 94 veterans from around the inland Northwest, Eastern Washington, and North Idaho are about to embark on a trip of a lifetime. You can see they're about to head out right now. Their flight boards at just around 9 a.m. And we just listened to the ceremony as these vets get ready to be sent off. And the speaker said, this isn't a trip of tourism. This isn't a happy-go-lucky trip. This is a somber trip here. A very emotional next day to unfold for all of these vets. And they'll return back here to the Spokane International Airport tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. If you'd like to be here to welcome them back, you can. This is a public event.
If you or your child are looking for job opportunities in the trades and armed forces, there's an upcoming event to get on your calendar. It's the Follow Your Compass Armed Forces Career Crossover and Trades Day. It's happening next Wednesday. It's at the Hub Sports Center in Liberty Lake. Students will network and connect with professionals from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and from noon to 2. People 18 and older are invited to participate. You can find more information on this event on KXLY.com.
And we are getting set for a windy and cooler day in the inland Northwest. Gusts around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene will be up to 30 miles an hour. We will see gusts as high as 50 miles an hour in some parts of central Washington state. We will see our highs cooler than yesterday, right around 60 degrees with some sunshine. We'll see skies turn a little partly cloudy late in the day, and temperatures will start cooling down towards freezing tonight.
In Olympia, habitual speeders face a speed bump. The Washington State Senate passed a bill that aims to slow them down. The bill would require certain drivers to install a device in their car that limits them from exceeding the speed limit. Drivers considered for this device would be those whose license is suspended for reckless driving or excessive speeding. The bill passed in the Senate in a 40-8 vote. The bill now heads to the House before hitting the governor's desk.
A bill to change Washington's gun laws is soon heading to the governor's desk. House Bill 1163 changes how people in Washington can get a gun. If Governor Bob Ferguson signs this bill into law, it would require people to apply for permits and complete live fire training before they can purchase a firearm. Some claim this violates their constitutional rights, while supporters of this bill argue it would prevent guns from reaching criminals and ensure safe handling and storage by buyers. The governor can either sign this into law or send it back to lawmakers.
In Idaho news, Governor Brad Little signed a bill into law banning Idaho families who use the SNAP Food Assistance Program from buying candy and soda with their food stamps. The law requires the state to get a federal waiver from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to make changes to its SNAP program. But Little says the administration will secure the waiver as soon as possible. The ban could take effect as soon as July 1st.
The city of Spokane is considering asking voters to have the city rejoin the Spokane County Aquifer Protection Area. The city last participated in it from 1984 to 2004. The funds raised by it are used for projects that protect the aquifer from pollution and educate about the importance of the water source that serves more than 500,000 people. For single-family properties connected to the city water, it would cost $15 per year for the next 20 years.
This morning, the trade war between China and the United States is heating up. China is now telling its airlines to stop buying parts from U.S. companies and that it will no longer take any more Boeing jets. To help with the trade war, China named a new trade negotiator this morning. Now, President Trump says all this back and forth will soon pay off, but American businesses are not so sure about that. For updates on the trade war, tune in to Good Morning America.
Thousands of families in Washington and Idaho could be out of options for child care if the Trump administration eliminates Head Start. The executive director of the Washington State Association of Head Start and ECAP says cutting the program would be a disaster for families here in the inland Northwest. Many Head Start programs aren't sure where they'll get their funding from since the Trump administration closed the regional Head Start office earlier this month.
A Spokane nonprofit for babies born drug dependent is at risk of closing its doors. Maddie's Place is a recovery nursery that treats infants exposed to substances in utero. This organization is the latest victim of Washington's state budget crisis, as lawmakers consider cutting 2/3 of the nonprofit's funding. We'll tell you how Maddie's Place is preparing for this potential budget disaster tonight on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
And we will be back with a final check of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray. We got a windy day ahead of us here. We'll see you right after this commercial break.
It's time to keep those New Year's resolutions going at Move Fitness.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
help you reach your goals at Move Fitness.
Are you ready for this?
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley Cattle. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
If you would like to add a brand new, beautiful automated gate that adds value and security to your property, then right now is the perfect time to call the pros at Northwest Fence in the Spokane Valley to take advantage of their spring savings. Going on now.
Oh, it is another beautiful start to our day, but some changes coming up later today. Winds will pick up, cool, dry air will start moving into the inland northwest, and we'll see some gusty winds and heightened fire danger later today. Stay away from that spring burning until we get to Friday, when winds will finally kind of ease off a little bit. For this weekend, building clouds, a few showers in the mountains, but I think most of us are going to end up staying dry through your Easter morning. By the time we get to Sunday afternoon, and as we head into Monday, we'll be on the lookout for more widespread showers.
Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
We loved having you along. We'll see you throughout the morning on Good Morning America with live local updates. GMA starts next.